Hi, it's Mikexingchen. Brazil is a tropical paradise and home to some of the best foods in the world. Known as the largest country in both South America and Latin America, the nation boasts a beautiful culture and stunning scenery. Brazil is home to the iconic Christ the Redeemer statue in the awe-inspiring Corcovado and Sugarloaf Mountains. Travelers and explorers will find a wonderful slate of fauna such as the giant anteaters, several varieties of sloths, armadillos, otters, and even capybara in the country. However, Brazil also seems to have something mysterious going on under the surface, a network of mysterious tunnels. Geologist Henrik Theodor Frank stumbled across the tunnels while driving on the National Novo Hamburgo Highway. What actually caught his attention was a hole of around 3 feet or 1 meter in diameter at a construction site. He discovered that the hole actually led to a complex underground tunnel. Upon exploration, he found that the tunnel is about 70 centimeters or 2.5 feet high and a few meters in length, with what appears to be scratches on the walls. But what's really interesting about this is that these underground tunnels appear to have been in existence for over 10,000 years. Moreover, it seems hundreds of these tunnels actually exist all over Brazil. The state of Rondônia alone has a large complex of 600 meters or around 2,000 feet long tunnels. And there are at least 2,000 burrows that have been found around the country as well. None of the locals and even experts in the area know where these tunnels came from or who made them. However, tests show that these tunnels are not man-made in origin. Theodore Frank told the National Geographic that, "I noticed that it was a tunnel about 70 meters high and a few meters in length. The interior was full of scratches. When I got home, I looked for an explanation on the internet, but I did not find anything." Urban legends point towards various historical and even supposed mythological origins of the mysterious tunnels. Some say the tunnels were created by Indians, Jesuits, slaves, or even revolutionaries. Others believe that the tunnels are giant anthills, were even made by bears. There are even those who point towards a great mythological serpent that may have used the tunnels as its home. Regardless, geological evidence alone proves that the tunnels were not created by Brazilian natives. The Indians who lived in Brazil even before the Europeans arrived did not use iron and therefore had no means to dig through the hard rocks around the tunnels. And according to Frank, there is no natural geological process known to man that can produce some of the features of the tunnels. These include the circular or elliptical cross sections that branch, rise, and fall around the area. Not to mention the geographic distribution of the tunnels opened yet another mystery to scientists. For instance, the tunnels were only found in the southern part of Brazil, particularly in the states of Rio Grande do Sul and Santa Catarina. While claw marks were found on the tunnel walls, Frank added that animals such as bears may not even be the creators of these tunnels. Prehistoric animals such as giant armadillos or possibly mega sloths may have been able to make these tunnels. Fossils of these sloths found in South America suggest they may have adapted to the area's environment and developed digging skills. Giant armadillos, though shorter than sloths, may also have the skills necessary to dig these tunnels as well. The grooves along the ceiling may in fact be marks the animals have left whenever they paused or stopped working. But there are those who argue that there are no exact indications that these animals actually lived in the country. Also, the sheer size of the tunnels cannot possibly be made by any kind of giant armadillo or sloths, at least ones that we know of. For example, the giant armadillo, the largest existing member of its family, weighs between 65 and 90 pounds and is native to South America. However, its burrows are only about 16 inches in diameter and only up to 20 feet long, leading some researchers to conclude that it must have been dug by an extremely big creature that we have yet to discover. There is one other explanation. Frank eventually sent photographs of the tunnels to Marcelo Rasteiro of the Brazilian Society of Speleology, and he introduced the notion of paleoburrows, or tunnels that are excavated by living organisms in any geological age. Examples of these organisms are worms in the Cambrian era, mollusks in the Mesozoic era, or rats in the Pleistocene era. But these are all organisms that have lived millions of years ago. And to add to this mystery, these tunnels can actually be found all over the world. Frank said similar caves can be found in countries such as Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile, Bolivia, and Argentina. And of course, paleoburrows is just another theory. And as of today, researchers really have no solid evidence as to what, who, and how these tunnels were created. So my guesses are sandworm or dwarf or maybe hot habits. But let me know what you think created these mysterious tunnels. Oh, and by the way, we have just released a new issue of the Beyond Science magazine for the month of April. In this issue, we report about the Philip experiment, where people gathered their thoughts to actually create a phantom. We tell you about the Winchester family house, a house where the victims of the Winchester rifles has come to haunt. Actually been there before. We also have the real secrets of Area 51 and so much more in store for you, so be sure to check out the magazine. And to get the issue, just click on the link right here on the end screen or in the description box below and subscribe to the magazine for a 30-day free trial. Alright guys, thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you later.